It's the new year, it's 2020, which is quite fascinating, but I think we can all agree that it's just another Wednesday. Misery aside, Happy New Year everybody. It is now officially a new decade. It is 2020, which is actually mental, because it feels kind of like a future sort of number from back in day. It's like futuristic films, it's like 2020 or 2015 was one of them in Back to the Future, wasn't it? Never mind. The lighting has changed and now this is officially my rape dungeon. Wow! But the new year always marks a point where you can set goals going forward that you'd like to see achieved and seen through by the end. And that's no different for this channel. So I have a couple of goals. I've got an entire list of them for with this channel, with my second channel, with social media, with Patreon, that I just want to go run by everybody, and I think it'll be kind of worth it sitting through. And if you're not interested in any of this admin shit, then you can just click off, that is fine. Before we get into that, I think it's worth noting that I have changed my profile picture and banner ever so slightly to be different, which I do every year, which is just spice it up a little bit. I think it looks rather nice, but okay, let me know what you think down in the comments about that one. So, to start off with, let's talk about the content focuses going forward in 2020. Now, obviously, there are a few games coming out in 2020 that will hopefully bring that content up a little bit and help us achieve these goals. So that is Cyberpunk 2077, 2020's inevitable Assassin's Creed release as well. Those are two major game focuses for content. Then, of course, you've got The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. So there's 4 games potentially coming out in 2020 that we can focus on and really bring that content up. Yeah, that doesn't mean that I won't continue with Red Dead content or other content that I've already done. If the content or the opportunity to make content on those arise, I'll happily take it. Though these are the games that are coming out this year, that is by no means a limitation with the content I'm going to make. So there's a lot of potential for growth this year, so I really want to capitalize on it a little bit. Obviously, live streaming will continue this year. It will be just as consistent as it was last year. Hopefully, there won't be any tech issues or anything like that that stops me from being able to stream for a solid month, because that'll be wounded. However, hopefully we'll be able to grow the community on our streams a little bit more and maybe ditch some of the toxic parts of the chat a little bit. Like, I know that it can be quite funny to do your epic memeing or whatever it is, but sometimes it can get a bit tiresome, and it makes the community a little bit less pleasant. So hopefully we can iron out that toxicity a little bit, and we can then make the streams properly decent, because we're on the right track. A couple years ago, my chats were total cancer. Last year, we were doing okay. It's just a case of the channel is growing, and we're just trying to keep this as tame as possible. So hopefully we can manage to create an environment where we can communicate and just have a chill time playing games, not being retards. That's not to say that everyone in my chat is a retard, just me. I also plan to make more videos not main channel suited over on Fizhy 2 as well, so hopefully it will pick up a little bit this year. Obviously there's a link in the description and things like that if you want to go ahead and subscribe. I do have a number goal for that channel. I would like that Fizhy 2 to hit 5,000 subscribers. As for the main channel, I like to hit a total of 75 million views overall on the channel this year, and I'd also like to reach 250,000 subscribers in total. Now, I think that might be a little bit pushing it, considering my content direction. However, I think if we really buckle down, we can get it done. As for Patreon, now, I don't care how much money I earn from Patreon, if I'm being honest with you. However, I would like to reach a total of 100 overall patrons, because I've always said this, I'd rather have 100 patrons pledging $1 each than 10 patrons pledging 10. I'd rather have the patrons than the money, even though the money sort of works out the same in that situation. I'd rather have the patrons, is my point. I'd rather have that content be seen, if you get what I mean, by more people. So I want to build a community over there that provides a solid support foundation to the channel, obviously, as well as extra content specifically for the patrons. So that'll include your typical things that are already over there, such as exclusive content, such as the Fish Tank, which is like a semi-podcast nonsense thing. Then you've got early access to Still Gold videos. There are sometimes merch discounts and things that get thrown up over there as well. Polls for videos such as Still Gold, Vote on the Game, etc. that goes up next. Thumbnail previews before I announce videos, and then of course you get the actual comments to preview before that video even goes up as well. Hopefully there'll be much more extra to come in 2020, and I plan to double the posts available over there for patrons as well. So there's like 100 plus patron only posts at the moment. However, I want to at least end the year with 200 plus. I'll probably smash it, but I'll find a way to make sure that there's more stuff available over on Patreon for patrons as well to make it worth their while. As for other social media, I do have a couple of goals for social media, so only really Twitter and Instagram that I think is really related to my channel properly. So on Twitter, I think it'll be great to hit 5,000 total followers. I think we can get that done. That should do it. If things kick off, maybe more, but I think 5,000 would be fine for now. As for Instagram, now if we can get to 3,000 followers by the end of the year, that would be pretty damn fantastic. But then again, I also don't really care. So I wanted to lay down those goals, and there'll be links in the description and things like that if you want to go ahead and check those out. I'm insecure, give me followers. I think my main objective overall is just to have a cracking year, so those numbers are great little things to aim for, but in the end of the day, I'd rather focus on producing the content and enjoying myself and making sure that what I'm doing is properly sustainable for all of us. But if we could hit those numbers, then that'll be, I think it'll be a fantastic step in the right direction for the growth of the channel and the future of it as well. 2019 was a great year for us. We went from just under 100,000 to 160,000, which was fantastic. We had the meetup, we had other things going on as well. Obviously, I really got down with the Patreon business as well. Honestly, I want to see that sort of continue into the new year and just see where it goes going forward. 2020, mental years. With any luck, this year will be a great one for us, but I think I'm going to stop rambling and leave you to it for now. So, thank you all for watching this video, and Happy New Year.